Well, the 2022 CPCA season is just around the corner. June 3rd is the first race day. Joining me today to break down or look ahead to the season is the voice of the CPCA, Greg Buchanan. Bucky, thank you very much for taking this time and joining me.
Thanks for having me, Evan. Excited about the season ahead.
Yeah, I was just about to say, August 21st, the last time that we saw action on the track. Safe to say you're excited, right?
Yeah, you know what? You have two seasons in chuck wagon racing. You have the season when you're on the track and there's excitement on the track. And then there's the off season where there's everybody getting ready for that and a lot of speculation of exactly who's going to move up to the front. But yeah, excited that, in a very short time we'll be on the road and the 2022 season opens up in Yorkton.
Now, Bucky, 3 more shows this year versus last season. What changes, if any, will the drivers have to make just with that full-length schedule?
I think they got some challenges right off the get-go. You have 3 days in Yorkton, then you have a weekend off, which for some it's going to be good. Some of you go to those 3 days, you kind of wonder what you have in your barn and who's going to work out and who doesn't work out for hooks. And then you have a weekend off to get ready for what's going to be a bit of a drive to the North American Chuckwagon Championship, because you have 3 shows right before the North American Chuckwagon Championship. And so in those 3 shows, you race 15 times in 21 days. So there's going to be some challenges there. You go to Poundmaker, you go to Wainwright, you go to Onion Lake before heading to Lloyd for the NACC. So there's a lot of racing in a short period of time. So it's going to challenge, how you're doing your barn management, exactly where you are, definitely by the end of June for sure.
Now, Bucky, you bring up Yorkton, you bring up the NACC, obviously, the CPCA finals here in Lloydminster, obviously, all big weekends, big events. Is there one of those that or any event, I guess, that sticks out in your mind as top of the list, looking forward to it?
Well, I think it's so hard to narrow down to one night, one weekend, one race, and I think if you look at it, it's got to be the new Lloydminster Nissan CPCA Finals and Championship Sunday, because it's all about that Sunday. When you race for 3 months, it comes down to that final day to crown a Canadian champion, and how can you not get excited about that? So we got a long way until that Sunday afternoon in August, but looking forward to it. It's going to be 3 months of excitement on the track. And
like you said, that dash for cash, the very last one of the season, everybody, riled up right for that. For myself, I'm excited for the NACC. Last year, obviously a phenomenal week of racing there, and just great to see, the heritage heats. You got to see the rookie drivers in there, sort of a mix of everything there. So definitely exciting season coming forward. Final question for you, Bucky, before you kind of briefly mentioned, last year, people going into the weekends, you didn't really know who was going to win each weekend. There was so much parity across the board. Who do you like coming into this season?
Well, it's hard to bet against a guy, Logan Gorse. He is a reigning Canadian champion, and he showed why he was the reigning Calgary Stampede champion last year. Every weekend, he was in contention. Every weekend, he had a chance to win day money. Out of those top 12 last year, you had 2 drivers retire, and BJ Carey, Barry Hodgson. That kind of opens the door for the likes of a Preston Faithful, opens the doors for a Danny Ringett, opens the doors for a Dallas Stick to move up. So you look at the Baptiste brothers too. You had Todd and Ryan. It's anybody's guess who's going to be there when it's all said and done with, because like I said, it's not a race to the finish. It's a marathon for 3 months to get to that championship Sunday. And I know there are some questions too. We should touch on CPCA Radio. We'll broadcast all the races for you. I'll be back again as host of the CPCA Radio along with Bertie Putras. So we're looking forward to it. And it's going to be a whole lot of fun.
You're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Everybody here is looking forward to it, Bucky. Like I mentioned, June 3rd kicks off the 2022 CPCA season. Thank you very much for taking this time and joining me.
Thanks for having me, and see you at the racetrack.